Hello YouTube, and welcome to The Evil Within. Right now we're in the hospital hub area that you get, and I just want to talk a bit about the game. It's kind of mixed because, like, on the one hand, some of what it does is pretty interesting, but on the other, it's also a bit of a mess. Like, you can collect these newspapers. Serial killer on the loose. Victims had surgery performed on them. Police believe slaying's the work of a serial killer. Missing persons in local communities. So it's giving a bit of background to the story. Missing. Leslie Withers, psychiatric patient Leslie Withers disappeared from a locked room at Beacon Mental Hospital. Now this is one of the supporting characters who you briefly see a couple of times so far in the game, but again not much. Now, again, a hub world, pretty decent, that's alright. What gets annoying is that this is actually the only place you can save. You get an autosave, but you only get it occasionally, so you have to run around to try and get it to save, and in the meantime you're probably going to die, starting back at the original autosave. That gets very annoying. Then there's the upgrade system. You have to sit in this chair, and you have abilities, weapons and stock. Stock, you carry matches, syringes, grenades and handgun ammo. And you use this brain goo essentially to upgrade them. I can deal with the ammunition upgrade, that's not too bad. Lots of gamers have had that. This upgrades the weapons. Again, gamers have had that. What gets really annoying though is when it also adds it to the life gauge sprint damage, because it makes it really annoying to play some of the fights. Especially the melee and sprint, because you end up not being able to run for very long at all, and rather than being scary, it just leads to annoyance. Life gauge I can deal with, but those two especially are a problem. And I'll show you why. So I start walking, that's fine. Run, and now you're ground to a halt. In that time a person chasing you could catch up to you, which has happened on more than one occasion. So let's go into the other world, where there's enemies, to show you the real meat of the game. So we're in a shack. Blood on the door as well. That's going to be a common sight in this game. You get a nice little lamp. I've got 3 bullets for my pistol, so I'm going to have to be careful. I'm going to make sure I'm going the right way. Again, something to point out, the environments are actually really quite nice in this. Nice draw distance, and nice stuff in the background, but it's just... Okay, here's some enemies. As we only have 3 bullets, we have to sneak. So let's sneak over. Control and space. So far, a lot of the enemies are basically the Los Plagas from Resident Evil 4, but without the distinctive tentacles. If a hand sneak killed him, he'd have got back up in a few seconds and started attacking me again. There's Leslie, who we saw earlier. Again, let's be sneaky about this. Okay, it seems to be safe. That got a key. This can be used to open some nice secret chests.
Hey, are you guys from around here? I don't know where...
Can't go on.
This is quite a neat effect, like chains going, like barbed wire going over his body. It's a pretty neat effect. They look a bit like Cenobites. But the thing is, it's not exactly Resident Evil. It's more sneaking. It's more based on sneaking. Like, I throw this bottle. And he should walk over, but he doesn't. Crap. So, now to show the melee combat. I punch him. Oh, that actually worked. But he gets back up again. That's a better example. So he's seen... And that's taking off half my remaining health from where I started. And I'm dead. Now let's show what I should do. He walks down. Or not. Guess I mess up again. problem is I don't have any matches to deal with them properly. Again, one hit from them can do a lot of damage. But a headshot can stop them completely, which is nice. Oh, I do have a syringe. One of my minor problems with the game is sort of the aesthetics, because quite a lot of the game looks like it would fit in like a 1920s to 1950s sort of setting, like LA Noire sort of thing. But it turns out it's in the modern day, which the two don't really go that well together. It's a bit weird. Excellent, I've got some ammo there. You can only actually carry 6 bullets to start with for this pistol, which you upgrade using brain juice in that seat from earlier. And you have cupboards that you can hide in from enemies like this. And there's these traps to disarm. I'm not entirely sure what those scrap metal give. See, that's quite a nice vista. The asylum with the light in the background. That's pretty neat. Basically, my thoughts are that if you go in expecting sort of being able to take on the enemies like you would in something like Resident Evil, you're not going to do very well. It's all about sneaking up to them and then stabbing them in the back. That's the only really way to progress, as I'm going to demonstrate. Oh, I messed that up. Whoops. And I'm dead. That was my fault. Pressed the wrong button. Just grabbing some brain juice. And swap to the syringe. Damn, I thought I'd lost it. Okay, so hide in the cupboard. And just wait to see if I've lost him. I do like the growling noises that they make while they're looking for you. That's pretty neat. Hard to tell if I'll go out and see. Usually you don't have to wait long, they'll either find you or they'll stop looking. Those matches are going to come in very handy. As a stealth horror game, horror themed game at least, it's pretty good, but I think one of the big problems is a lot of people were expecting a Resident Evil game, which I don't really think it is. Because you're not really shooting enemies all the time, it's more about creeping up behind them and stabbing them. And you know what? It can actually be quite fun when you pull it off right, but it gets annoying when you mess it up. Hopefully he's now looking the other way. I won't mess it up this time. See those stakes in his head? Look. It looks like a pretty brutal game, and it pretty much is. When there's enemies with stakes in their heads and stuff. It's just... I'm really not sure. I think part of it is that, like I said, in Resident Evil you'd be given a load of ammo for maybe some not very good weapons, but you'd have enough to get through. In this you really do have to sneak. Which I liked because I still remember my big problem with Dead Space was that you had one amazing gun that was just so easy to use and you just used all your ammo for that. In this, it's sort of similar to a knife because you don't really want to waste your ammo on enemies. So you're going around using like melee weapons and stuff rather than fighting head on. It is a decent way of like disempowering the player, but of course you have this box method where you just hit the box. Because of course you do. I'll just burn this lad just to be sure. Because otherwise he may well come back as a zombie. And that's a few more bullets. And a trap. Like this guy. Unfortunately now I've lost my torch. Which is disappointing because it's an insta-kill weapon, but you only get one shot with it. Ooh, a key. Yeah, they can be quite nasty when you walk through them, but useful to get rid of other enemies. The PC port as well isn't all that good because it's capped at 30 frames per second, and without going into the console commands, you end up having really big black bars, which take up the majority of the screen and are just an absolute pain. Fortunately, there's a command that I've used to get them a bit better, which makes it more playable rather than having my eyes really hurting from it. On a console it would be fine, but on PC you're so close to the screen that it's not very nice to look at. Let's see if this guy sees me. He doesn't. He was hanged. That's a nice little... Yeah, they're kind of like Cenobites, these guys. In fact, let's drop the torch, just in case. There's bear traps. Turn around. Let's wait for him to patrol again. This is a bit annoying, this camera control, because if possible I'd want to see what he's doing at the minute. And I just... There we go. Let's hope there's plenty of time to kill him. Or not. So let's creep under here. Have I actually lost him by doing that? No. But that got rid of him. Okay, I'm gonna keep that trap there, just so that I can use it on an enemy. Okay, that didn't kill him. Not a good aim, sorry. That's half his head. And now we've got to quickly burn him. That could have gone better. But that's what the gunplay is like. It's fairly typical survival horror, but you don't really want to be using it that much or you're gonna get killed. At least in these early stages. You may get more later on, but right now it's all about saving your ammo for when you need it. Right, there's a bunch of traps I can use. Because when I do this, these enemies spawn. And kill me. That was a bit of a nasty touch to pop in. So repeat that again. Sneak kill him. Didn't drop anything. It sort of combines a load of different game types. So it's sort of like the Frankenstein's monster of games, where like you have Resident Evil-y controls and stuff, Outlast style sneaking. Oh, I don't have... There's bits of melee combat. Okay, here we can get to see some explosive. Dead. They can come in quite a lot of handy. Let's just repeat what we did previously. Sneak up here. Now he's got a razor wire over his mouth. Pleasant. Him. he also died. That was actually pretty neat. Nice use of environmental traps. If the game did more of that, it would be really good. I think part of my problem is you pretty much do have to kill all the enemies in your path. Some of them are quite difficult to avoid. So this time what we're going to do is burn them. And that solved that problem. The problem is you don't know which ones are going to become zombies and which ones aren't. Gonna see what's in this. Map fragment. Helps to have a map. Oh dear, this isn't going to go well.
Good God.
No, they've seen me.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
So let's run. Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
Shit. Better get out of here.
But you can at least avoid enemies by doing something like that. Yes, they may chase after you, but you don't have to necessarily kill them.
God damn it!
Which is something I always appreciate in games. I think I've rambled enough about the evil within. If you're after a stealth-based zombie Resident Evil style game, it might be worth trying, but if you're after blasting through hordes and hordes of enemies and stuff, it may not be what you're looking for. I really hope this has helped, and I'll see you next time.